On the road to healing, most people miss this step. Whether you're healing from addiction or trauma or a divorce or something else, there's a piece that gets skipped. And when you skip it, it's like a ghost haunting you the rest of your life. Human beings are complex. No two psyches are the same, but there are patterns and universal elements that we can use for healing on this journey. I want to share something deeply personal and then give you something practical you can use today to finally release the past. Let's start here. Let's say you get a physical wound on your leg or arm, maybe you scrape your knee or something. What do we do with that? We clean it out, we bandage it, and we take care of it until it heals, right? A few days later, a couple of weeks later, it's healed. Do we go back and start at the beginning and open the wound back up, clean it out, and bandage it and nurture it again? No. Once a wound is healed on our physical body, it is done. And that's what I'm talking about for our emotional and mental healing. With emotional wounds, sometimes we open them back up and we relive them and we experience the pain over and over and over again. And that's what we're trying to put a stop to. But here's the truth. The past doesn't exist anymore. Not physically, anyways. You can never go there, just like you can never go to the future. It only exists between your ears. It only exists in our memories, in our thoughts, in our body, and our emotions. And that's where the healing needs to happen. Now, there's many ways to do that through therapy and breath work and meditation, somatic release. But I want to show you something that you can do right now, and you can do this anytime, and it pays big dividends when it comes to healing emotional and mental trauma, and one you can start today. During my healing season that I went through for a couple of years, I went deep. I was going to therapy every week, sometimes multiple sessions. I also spent a lot of time doing other things, like going to the Y, and exercising and journaling and meditation and going to support meetings and whatnot. I really treated my healing journey as a full-time job. When I wasn't working, that's what I was doing. So one day at the Y, I'm running on the treadmill. I went there every day, and day after day, I didn't just run, I checked in with myself, and I checked in deep. And I would just run on the treadmill. So I would start at like 5-year-old Casey, like my earliest memories. And I'd check in and say, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" And then I would relate to the memories and that child that was inside of me at that time. And I'm talking feeling into that person that I was at that time. I, there's still an essence of him inside of me. That's what I'm connecting to. He was usually playing in the yard, following mom around, watching dad fix cars. He was alone a lot, but he was all right. Then I would check in with him at 7 and 8, and I'd give him advice and pointers like a big brother would, that really cares deeply about them and is trying to be a mentor and guiding him, and then I would check in at like 9, and 10 when some things had happened in my life that little Casey couldn't handle, and that he was worried about, and he kept to himself. So that little Casey was pretty lonely and scared and nervous. And right alongside of him, while I was on that treadmill, adult Casey, mature Casey, stable Casey would come up alongside him and comfort him and talk to him and make him feel okay, make him feel supported and make him feel heard. And while I was doing that, just tears would just be flowing down my face, and I would just really just let the feelings come up, the emotions come up, because even as children, we don't really know how to handle our emotions. We're never really taught. I mean, some people aren't taught that. And even if we were, we don't know when to let them come and when to let them go because maybe we didn't feel safe and maybe we didn't feel like we'd be accepted. Yeah, so this is a time to let them come up. So then he would thank me and we'd move on, and then I would continue, just keep checking back in with them on a daily basis. I did this, I don't know, for some weeks or months, and I did it until the tears stopped. And here's what I discovered: that the little Casey's inside of me and those memories and the feeling state of that kid back then, it changed. And I would check in and Like 10-year-old, 11-year-old Casey's like doing push-ups and taking care of himself and, doing his schoolwork and not getting into trouble. And it's funny how it evolved, and he's like, "Hey, thanks for checking in. I'm doing well." And then the tears stopped. I just felt a lot of ease about my past at that point. I even went through my 20s and 30s, checking in with that struggling husband and father. And what I discovered was forgiveness and relief and acceptance. I found a way to meet that man as myself today with understanding. And I was able to let go of a lot of guilt and shame around that, around how I parented and how I was a husband and wasn't available all the time, too busy and reactive and short with my family and didn't take care of them how I had always wanted to, got off track. And there was healing in that as well. So I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do. It's actually really hard. It's hard to do. It's very simple, but it's hard to do because you got to feel your feelings. And here's the thing about it though. When you feel your feelings and you do this healing work, there's freedom on the other side of it. You might be scared or have some fear about it, but just take little steps into it, like getting into a cold pool. Just dip a toe in, and try it for a little bit. And you obviously don't have to do it on a treadmill. You can do it on a walk. You can do it staring out the window. You can do it on a Saturday afternoon. Just see what's there. Those little versions of ourselves, they're still inside of us. And they're affecting our daily mentality, our daily emotions, our daily response to the world. And when we can bring all of our parts back together and we find healing and wholeness, we become different people, good in a good way, and we can live in peace and joy and freedom in that. We feel a little lighter. We're not carrying around all that baggage anymore. Because healing isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about listening to what was never heard. It's about loving what was never loved. About bringing all the parts of you from all the different ages all home. Talk to them. Say, "Hey, 10-year-old me, I'm here for you now. I know what happened. And I know you were lonely and scared and you couldn't handle it, but I'm here for you now. And I can help you. And we can get through this together." Let the emotions come up. Let the tears fall. That's the wound cleaning itself out. And healing starts right then. This is how we become whole. Not by becoming someone new, but by reuniting all the parts of us that were left behind. Thank you for being courageous. And thank you for doing the work. After doing this deep emotional work, it is tiring and it takes our energy out. It's very important to take care of yourself after this. Take a bath, take some time, eat something nourishing. I also created a meditation for you. It's linked in the description below. Just drop your email and I'll send that to you. It's a meditation about coming home to yourself. It's a meditation about becoming who you truly are. It's a meditation about letting go. Yeah, I hope you find some healing in it and some love because I made it for you. Take care.